Let's get it going. What's going on, Star City J in the building? What's going on, man? Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. What's good? Gregory Wyatt, what's going on, man? Salute to you. Calvin Johnson, what's happening? Gregory Wyatt. Yes, sir. What's happening? Jeff, the producer. Jay Good. Dark Truth. Gil Coles, what's going on, man? Star City J, what's going on? Nassim the Dream, what's happening? B&B Boxing. King Corleone. Gregory Wyatt, what's going on? Goalkeeper 3000. What's blazing in sports? What's going on, Rick Hims, Dorsley? What's going on, man? Salute. L lowest common denominator boxing. Yes, sir. What's good? Big Snack Pack. What's happening? What happened, man? Where'd I go? Oh, man, forgive me. Jeff, the producer. What's going on, man? Okay, there you go. All right, I was moving. What's going on, y'all? All right, Big Snack Pack. There goes Tony Franklin. Crown King. What's going on? Richard Bowens. General. Hey, Justin Marsh in the building. Much love in that super chat, man. Who's General Squirrels? What's going on? The Fight Fan LC. Shin Smoke. Whose tube is this mine? The Don. Happy Wilders winning Wednesday, man. Bet that up. Bomb Squad man down. T-Rex Shields. Yes, sir. I got to make a video about Clarissa Shields. Almighty Law, what's going on, man? Gregory White, what's going on? Deacon Dollars, Jello D, what's good? Dark Truth, what's happening? My King, what's good? Captain America, man, that's funny. Captain America, what's going on? Clutch City 71, what's good? What's going on, Nate Jeff? Miami Snoopy 305, what's good? Calvin Johnson, my man. Gregory White in the building. What's good? Money Brown TV, as usual. What's going on with you, sir? Subscribe to Money Brown TV. Robert Walker, what's going on, man? Robert Sportsman Lead. Jose Cruz, what's good, man? Joseph Brown. Yeah, man, he is a comedian, dog. I got a video coming up about that next, man. He's hilarious. Salute to everybody. What's going on, Brothers UK? What's going on, everybody? All right. I think I'm pretty much cool. Big time. What's good? All right, man. So let's start this. Let's go, Anthony Johnson, man. What's love? He said, Phenomena Don, the production level higher than the Bahamas news channels. What's good? Appreciate you, man. Lowest common denominator boxing, home of the U.S. demographic. Salute, Phenomena, man. Do I need to change my screen name again? Already changed it from Jamahari. No, hell no. Stick with the lowest common denominator boxing, home of the U.S. demographic. On my channel, I love saying that because that shit reminds me. It keeps me grounded. That we are the lowest common denominator in boxing. What's good? But yeah, man, look, let me get into this. First, I'm going to take this out of order, man. I want to clarify what's going on with this DAZN thing, man, because oh, wow, it said breaking news. DAZN is planning on opening up in the UK, which ultimately means Sky Sports will have to fire her now or later. Look, man. Dog, I want to talk about DAZN in the United States. Them dudes got 400,000 subscribers. They got 400,000 subscribers, dog. Okay? 400,000. The number is now out. See, the way I be looking at them things, I look at them numbers and I'm like, all right, I see what the article's about, but I go look at the numbers aside from what they're saying. They said that DAZN in this media, I can't remember what it is, media news website, said they're a media research group. And what they said was that DAZN was 5 times smaller than its biggest competitor, which was ESPN Plus. And guess what? ESPN Plus just last month announced that it had 2 million subscribers. So if ESPN Plus has 2 million subscribers, guess what that means? It means the DAZN has 400,000 subscribers. They spent in 1 year, they spent $167 million to get 400,000 subscribers. And if at $100 a pop, What's going on, man? Feliciano, at $100 a pop. There's the article title. Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I got one coming out. It's going to be, I've already done the video. I'm going to release it. So definitely check out this DAZN video that I'm about to do. Because see, a lot of cats just look at, first of all, in the article, they talked about their debtors pulling out. I didn't read that. Okay, that's not how I interpreted it. I might have been wrong, but what it said was it didn't have investors pulling out. It said that there's fewer investments, there's fewer loans that they need because of the amount of investors that they have, right? So in 2017, they borrowed a lot of money, but they had to borrow less money because they had more investors in. But the most important thing about it, though, was when you look at the numbers and how DAZN, because DAZN is international, you look at the fact that their biggest markets were Asia and Germany. He said, I guarantee you I won't find ESPN Plus showing pool tournaments on their app. Dog, ESPN is gonna buy DAZN. That's what that article, that's what their breakdown. They didn't say it directly because you talking about people in shirt and ties. So you got to read between the lines. You got to look at what they're saying and be like, okay, what are they saying? Basically, what they're saying is that DAZN in total is in a deficit of $4.6 billion. That's the whole thing, right? And even with them keeping their 4 million subscribers that they have, if they keep it the whole time and they limit their churn rate, which is their amount of people that unsubscribe and resubscribe, to 25% and everything remaining the same, that over the next several years, that's not going to justify the amount of money that they're spending. Because even though they are growing, they're not growing at a fast enough rate to make up for the fact that they got $6 billion $6 billion invested in that. So what's going to happen is this is what I think is going to happen, Buddy Lee. Okay, this is what I think is going to happen. I think that, first of all, I don't think DAZN is failing. I'm going to differ from people. That's investment that they are investing that money in that platform, expecting to sell it. Okay, they're not. I mean, these people know what they're doing. They're pouring all this money in there so they can get enough market presence where they can sell for like 5.5 times trailing revenue, right? So say they have $6 billion invested, they can make, and they make $2 billion in revenue, right? If they make $2 billion in revenue, right, and they have $6 billion in debt to get to that $2 billion in revenue, they're going to have some multiplier to sell it, right? So it could be 3.5 times, 4 times trailing revenue. I don't know what that's going to be exactly, but say it's 3 times trailing revenue. So if they made $1 billion, if they have $2 billion, they can sell it for 6, right? So if they can get that up to where, if they're, say they have $6 billion invested and they can make $3 billion in a year, well, 3 times 3 is 9. That's a $3 billion profit. I think their whole business is designed to sell it. I mean, they're not built. They know that that's a standalone. They know it's a standalone app, and eventually they're going to want to sell the shit. So that's how I see it. But what it means for U.S. boxing is something different, because the U.S. market sucks. Okay, so say Disney buys DAZN. They want the big assets. They don't want the little assets. They want Germany. They're going to want Germany. They're going to want Asia. They might, what they're doing in Brazil, say their soccer, the stuff they're doing with soccer or football in Brazil pays off. They're going to want those markets. They're not going to want the U.S. market for boxing, because the boxing is, they invest what, $150 million a year off, and they're only pulling in, 40 million. They're losing $20 million a year. So they'll just say, all right, let's just, all of our assets that we own related to boxing, we'll merge that in with ESPN. We'll merge those assets in with ESPN Plus. We'll shut down the production portion of it. We'll put that into ESPN Plus, and then we'll keep DAZN. We'll rename DAZN in Germany as ESPN Plus Germany, right? So, dude, Batier's a killer, man. And I know I'm getting a little, talky on these numbers, but here's the thing that I find funny. If what these UK dudes are saying are true, and I almost very rarely accept what these guys are saying is true, but say Eddie Hearn got a piece of ownership in DAZN, Eddie Hearn going to get over like a fat cat, and his boxers are going to suffer. But he's going to get over on a fat cat because he would have gotten a percentage ownership in DAZN without paying any money, right? Without paying any money. He would have been paid for the fights and the shows that he put on as a piece of the budget. And then if they sell it, he gets paid for his portion of getting bought out. He gets bought out just like the other stockholders get bought out. So he winds up making money. But the fighters that signed, now they get similar to what happened to Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford had his promotional contract assigned or bought out from whoever it really was to Top Rank. Then now these guys are going to wind up having that stuff being aired on ESPN and having to deal with Bob Arum, which is never a good thing. So, yeah, man, that's how I see it, man. I don't, as far as like, but the thing that gets me, man, is that why are all these media people talking about it? Right? You had these guys going screaming up and down the aisles that the PBC was had gotten a $500 million investment from a banking firm and investment banking firm, and they were going to be collapsing every other day. You kept hearing they're failing. The PBC is failing. The PBC is failing. The PBC is failing. But we as boxing fans got to go to some financial media, some financial media site to get the fact that these guys are losing, that Eddie Hearn's boxing organization and DAZN is losing $127 million a year. They're losing $127 million a year, and that the organization itself, DAZN, is underwater to the tune of $4.6 billion. But, I didn't hear anything from them about that. Crazy. South Phoenix Rise said that makes sense for Nine. ESPN would purchase the content, not the platform, and then they would rebrand it in foreign markets. Yeah. And it would probably be DAZN. It would probably be Disney that would buy it because Disney owns ESPN, and they'll consolidate. They'll consolidate what they want, and they'll sell off what they don't want or dump what they want. They dump what they want. This is what if this does happen, then Gregory Wyatt called this play months ago. Dude, I called that shit the second that I heard about that $100 million contract. Niggas they biting off me. Okay. I'm telling you, Gregory Wyatt might too. As soon as I saw $100 billion invested, dude, it's an investment. They're not looking to make money. When you're investing, these guys are investing long-term. They are trying to invest that money, grow something so they can sell it. That's how it works. They have an entry strategy and they have an exit strategy. They're not trying to have, these guys aren't building these businesses so that they can have them sit, so that their kids can run it in 30 years. They figure if they got $4 billion to invest, then they know they're going to sell it. All they have to do is get that organization to where it's making a certain amount of money a year, and they can justify them selling it for more money than they invested in it. That's what they're doing. They're not looking for this to be a piece of business that they're going to keep over 100 years. These guys are medium-term investors. And when you're putting all that money in there, they're just like the PBC. They didn't invest $500 million in 2015 to expect it to be earning $510 million in 2017. They're trying to build the total value of the package up. And then you get to where you have your EBITDA, what is it? What's EBITDA? Somebody out there, some financial guy can give me EBITDA, interest before depreciation, taxes, whatever that freaking financial term is that I never really could understand, your EBITDA and your trailing revenue so that they can turn around and have a financial guy say, yeah, we'll give you this amount of money for it. Because now they get it with the car already running. But anybody said, I'm telling you right now, anybody that said that they said this was going to happen said it after me, because I said it right when the shit got announced. Okay? I'm telling y'all that. Now, I called it day 2. I called it day 1. I'm taking my shit on that. Cats be forgetting. Cats be forgetting. I'm taking my day 1 on that. What happens to Oscar? I mean, what Oscar? I don't know. I don't know what his situation is. I don't know what his situation is. If he's got promotional contract, if he's got a contract with DAZN, then whoever buys that contract, whoever buys DAZN would then have an option. It would get assigned to them, provided that Oscar. It depends on what Oscar De La Hoya negotiated. If they negotiated to say you can only assign with my permission, and they don't want to take the deal, they're fair to go. They're okay to go off and do something else. It just depends on what they negotiate. You know, Ibit, yeah, thank you, D-Lo. Interest before, no, was it something before interest and taxes? Earnings before interest and taxes, right? So that's some financial that's some financial measure that tells you how strong your company is. I ain't a financial guy, but I've been involved with people selling companies, and I'm telling you, EBITDA and trailing revenue are 2 of the measurements that they use, right? To dictate what the price is, what that company is worth. Fanon, 2 questions. Little G was given a percentage of DAZN, right? Little G, I don't know. What do you think will happen to Oscar? I mean, Oscar De La Hoya is, I mean, more than likely with a guy, if they got Canelo and they've got certain assets, these guys will kiss and make up. I mean, if it happens, why? Because Canelo only got a few more years left. And we don't know what's going to happen to DAZN over the next 2. Right now, the sale, one of the major assets that DAZN has is boxing, is the fact that they've got, and something that was referred to in this article I thought was hilarious because it was written by a financial guy who obviously doesn't understand much about boxing. He was like, you know, the saving grace for DAZN is that it's got an unparalleled, it has an unrivaled stable of fighters. And they mentioned Anthony Joshua, Canelo, and Gennady Golovkin. And I was like, yeah, they're extremely rivaled over there in the PBC. And matter of fact, they're outstripped over there in the PBC. But, you know, as long as he got Canelo, somebody's going to deal with Oscar. That's the same situation that Oscar's been in for a while. Al Heyman, Buddy Lee Sr. said, Al Heyman went Smokey from Friday. I got so much money, I gotta get nothing. Oh, but I gotta get Nathan. Accounted for, to count it for me, man. I don't understand. Smokey from Friday. Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that long enough. DAZN was based off welfare checks to Golovkin. Pay-per-view is better because of better fights. You do get better fights, but they're probably not going to match them up, guys, up too terribly. But anyway, Black Fight Fan 78 wanted you to break it down to them. Okay, I just broke it down. I'm sorry, I saw it yesterday. This is the breakdown. Okay, that report was for transactions that happened between 2017 and 2018. Between 2017 and 2018, DAZN had to borrow less money because their investors in their investment increased. So you have people that are investing. Investment is not borrowing. Borrowing is where you have to repay somebody with an interest rate, right? Investing, it is the person is giving you money is taking ownership. If you have a loan on your house or something, if somebody loans you money, they're not taking an ownership interest in what you are buying with the money that they loan you. So from what I saw, and I'm telling you this, what I read, it said that the amount of they got some guys to make some pretty big investment. Some guy from Japan made a huge investment in 2018. And some guy from some other guy invested a ton of money in 2018, right? So they invested the money. So now, and they've made some strides in gaining. They've made some money and gained some strides in their market penetration in in Germany and in Japan, but they're not doing very well with their market penetration in the United States or in Canada, even though they did get some assets. And their assets are the promotional rights for sports for Major League Baseball, and in South America they got something with soccer, right? So that's what it pretty much what it said. Now the financial analyst that looked at it and broke it down said, look, they're going to wind up selling this because if they continue growing at the rate that they're growing, right, saying they don't take any decline, but they just keep growing at the rate that they're growing, they're going to be $4.6 billion underwater. So more than likely, they're going to work with this long enough to where they can get enough market presence where they can turn it around and sell it to somebody else who's going to bundle DAZN in with a package that they already have, like Disney and ESPN Plus. So there's no real simple way. I guess I could say they're taking their losses in the United States. Yeah, but see, I think they're going to wind up cutting. Whoever buys it, that's the danger for Boxing and DAZN. For Boxing and DAZN is if they sell it, which they will, they're going to sell it. It's not a question. I'm 99.9% sure they're going to get acquired. And I believe that they wanted to be acquired. They've always wanted to be acquired. That's what you want. You want somebody, you want to invest your money, get a business up to a certain amount of point, right, where you're going to get those two metrics. And somebody who's a financial guy can help me with that better than I can say it. But if I'm the way that I look at it is, all right, I've got $1 million. I got $1 million I want to invest in something, but I want to make $3 million. How can I do that? I'm going to build something for $1 million, or I want to make $2 million, right? 100%, that's too much. Say I want to make 50% on my money, right? So I got $1 million, and I want to make 50% return on investment, ROI, return on investment, right? That's one of them financial terms. It says, is it worth what you invested? So I got $1 million sitting here. I want to make $500 million off my money. I want to make $500,000 off my million, right? Which that's 50% return on investment. I invested $1 million. I got 1.5 million back. So I earned $500 million. That's a huge return on investment. I would be really happy with that. So what do? I will start a business, right? And I need to get that business to be worth $1.5 million, right? That's what you're doing. You're trying to get that business worth $1.5 million, and you're going to get your money from the guy that buys it. You're not going to get it off the cash receipts from your business, right? So say it's a hot dog stand, right? I put $1 million into a hot dog stand. I want to be able to sell this to a guy that I know wants to buy hot dog stands for $1.5 million. So what do I need to do? I need to get my EBITDA, my EBIT, whatever that means something before interest and taxes, interest before depreciation, interest and taxes. But just say that's measurement A. I need to get that to 3, right? Just call it 3. And I know damn well that's not the actual number. So I need that to get that to 3. And my revenue. So my year before I sell it, they're going to pay me, because that's the standard, 3 times trailing revenue. So my business is worth whatever the revenue was that I had the year before I sold it. So what does that need to be? I need to sell $500,000 worth of hot dogs, and I need to make a certain profit off of it, right? So say it's 20%. I need to make 20 cents on the dollar for $500,000 in hot dog sales, right? And I invested $1 million to get there. Now I sell it to him and I say, look, this is worth $1.5 million because my EBITDA, interest before whatever, is 20%. And my trailing revenue is, I sold $500,000 worth of hot dogs. And the guy says, yeah, you're right. I like those numbers. Okay, I'll give you 1.4 million for it. Nah, man, I want 1.5. I want 1.6. Oh, no. Okay, let's settle at 1.5. All right, handshake deal, 1.5, right? So the minute before I signed that deal, I had $1 million that I invested. I'd only pulled in $500,000 in cash, but I always knew I wanted to sell it. So I sold it to him. He gives me my 1.5 million. I made $500,000. I'm off to my next investment. That's what they're doing. I never thought for a second that these guys really wanted to have a net profit or even a net profit the first year that they did business. Whoo! Gotta love it, Fanon, breaking it down. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, though, man. Like, thank you, Fanon. I'm always learning something new from your platform. Thanks, Tyrone. Yeah, that's what people, when people were talking about, and I'm not no financial guy, right? There's financial guys that can really tell you, all right, what are the metrics? I mean, that's why you have investment banking, like technology companies that will buy a software application for like $500 million and it doesn't have any customers. They're like, all right, I like that technology. I'm going to buy this to you from gigantic amount of money, and then we're going to build up the company, and we know we're going to have to sell it at the end. So let's sell it. And I made my money back. That's what these guys are doing, man. So yeah, it's going to be bought, and it's always they always planned on selling it. That's what I thought about the PBC. I'm like, Al Heyman is a Harvard-educated MBA. He's got an exit strategy. He ain't gonna want to do this shit forever. And when you talk about like the generational wealth, right? The generational wealth resides in your wealth. How much money do you have? What are your actual assets, liquid assets that you have? Boom. That shit becomes, through that process, you go from $1 million invested to adding $500,000 to what you invested. So you make $500,000. And these guys got big money, so they're willing to, the bigger the money, the bigger percentage actual money comes out of the profit that they can make on that. I said, Reggie Owens, I didn't expect that. If Disney is losing money, then DAZN is finished. Somebody will buy it. Actually, ESPN Plus is doing solid with the app. They're in the works of bundling it like YouTube TV and Hulu. Yeah, as part of their subscription to hide the costs. Yeah, exactly. To hide the cost of the, but also not only does it hide the cost, it also shares the marketing budget, because see, you can make money in a couple of different ways, right? Remember that the profit portion of it, the profit is how much did you selling it for and how much did it cost you, right? Well, if you are marketing Hulu, right? Say you're paying $100, you're paying, I don't know, make up a number, $100 to market your hot dogs, right? And then you're spending another $100 to market your hamburgers or your French fries. But now you're like, you know what? I'm going to sell my hot dogs and my French fries together. Now it only costs you lose the $100 of your marketing cost, because now you're just you're spending the same marketing dollar, but you're marketing two products with the same dollar. So that's an increase. That's a decrease in cost, which is an increase in net profit. Anyway, man. But somebody that's a real financial guy can tell you this with being a lot more clear, right? And don't take a class on this shit with my information. Go get the specifics. But that's the general gist of it. I'm getting really educated. Mainstream boxing channels can't give this type of analysis to boxing fans. Man, I appreciate that, man. Nah, dog, there's not a lot of... No, there's not. I'm retiring, dog. I get paid to do this shit. This is my retirement. I'm praying for it to be my retirement job, because that shit's not fun. But I've been around a lot of financial guys, and I've been involved in guys and people selling companies. So you have to know how you value it. Man, these sources are so shaky. Hit me up when they report this DAZN stuff on CBN. Dog, it has been reported. It has been reported. And where you think CNBC gets this shit from? You kidding me? They get it from MediaZone. These guys are specialists, media specialists, okay? You think CNBC is going to waste its time talking about DAZN? These are financial analysts. These reports are coming from the guys that are deciding whether or not you should invest and where you should spend your money. It's not shaky. It is, what do you think is going to happen with the numbers that are reported? It's speculative, but that's what investing is. It is, in the short term, there's a degree of speculation to it. Yeah, I'm a big Canelo Alvarez fan, man. I like Canelo. Yeah, I like Canelo. But I don't think that these sources ain't shaky. I mean, what are you going to do? Wake up and see what's happening? I mean, okay. Spot on for now. When you speak money, you're speaking my language. Salute, big dog. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. ESPN is running a $650 million deficit each year. In order for DAZN to find a venture as successful, their subscriber count has to be at 6 million sub range. Right now, the number are 2 million. Yeah, but they're going to, when they package it up, it's going to decrease the costs associated with it. When they bundle that up with Hulu, that's why Fox said they're not going to do a standalone, because it's too expensive. It costs too much money. And they said, eventually, when we get to a situation where we can bundle it and not have those extra costs associated with marketing it, and it can just be a feed into somebody, where people with the bundle, people who don't even want it are going to pay for it, right? So, for example, if every bunch of people like Hulu, so you can have little old ladies that want Hulu, but now by bundling ESPN into Hulu, those little old ladies are buying ESPN, something that they'll never watch. So just like I would never watch Hulu, matter of fact, I got Hulu and ESPN on two different ones. Whatever Garden TV, I'm not going to be interested in Garden TV, but I'm going to be buying and paying for Garden TV. DAZN didn't make $4 billion. No, it didn't make $4 billion. They're 400. They are projected to be, by certain financial analysts, $4.6 billion in the hole if they continue to grow at the rate that they're growing over a foreseeable amount of time. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I'm tired of talking about this. Anyway, hey, no worry, Ivy Webb. It's all good. But we should correct the narrative, because that is from what I see, that investors, I didn't read that. I got to read it again. I didn't see where, I thought that what it said was they had less money that they were taking out from loans, which is a good signal, because they shifted in 2017 from taking out loans from banks to pay for their operations, pay for all, their application development, pay for their marketing, right? They were taking out loans of $980 million in loans. But then, because they had some people that were like, hold on, man, you don't have to borrow as much money. I'll invest, because I see that there's a way for me to earn my money back. Don't borrow it from the bank. Here, I'll put money in. So as a result, to keep their operations going, they didn't have to borrow $980 million, which could be a line of credit, right? So say they had like $1 billion line of credit with a bank. They're like, and the bank's like, yeah, okay, we'll invest with you. We'll give you, $1 billion line of credit. So now every time they have to pay somebody, it's coming off their line of credit. If they got some substantial investors, they could tell the bank, look, I don't need so much money in that line of credit. Decrease my line of credit from $980 million to $260 million, because now we got these big chunks of cash that guys would rather buy in than get interest off the money that they're loaning me. So that's how I interpreted it. Oh, Eddie Hearn boys lie all the damn time. God, dog, man. Anthony Joshua is sold out. Dog, I be checking every time you say it, and every time I go to the site, I see tickets available. How do they sell out if there's tickets available? Sold out means you can't get a ticket. And I can go right now onto the computer and show you tickets available on every major site that you can buy a ticket for an Anthony Joshua fight. They definitely be making stuff up. They be pulling stuff out their backside, dog. Anyway, man, so yeah, that's pretty much it with that, man, with that DAZN thing. They're probably gonna wind up selling it. And for what I can see, and please watch my video now that I did all this. From what I can see, this is planned. This is planned. This is something that that investors and people started this company always intended to do, because they go in there with it. They have a plan to start and they got a plan to get out. Okay. And what's my plan to get out? I want to sell this. Okay. Cause I want to go sit on the cane. I want to go buy I want to be Mark Zuckerberg. I want to go buy an island. And the guys that are investing that money ain't into running boxing. They don't care about boxing. That's a little line. That's a little line on a spreadsheet to them. And somebody's convincing them, oh, look, we got these assets that are really worth something. The boxing asset, we have a contract for Anthony Joshua. We got a contract for Gennady Golovkin. We got a contract with Matchroom Boxing. Right? Now, oh, okay, well, yeah, that's worth something. That's worth buying because we know that there's a certain amount of market. All these guys are numbers guys, man. They ain't got no, if they save their emotion in their heart for their kids, okay? But when they out there talking about that money, they looking at that spreadsheet, dog. They looking at that spreadsheet. Salute for Nine, the boxing prophet. Keep it up. Thanks, Akeem Anthony. Well, we keep on going with it, man. But, you know, that's what it is. But look, man, the risk for boxers is this. This is what I would say the risk for boxers are. All right? The risks for boxers are this, that you have a long-term deal with DAZN, and then DAZN assigns your contract to somebody else, and that somebody else doesn't believe in you, and you don't have that contract tight enough where they have to give you fights, and they pretty much just terminate your agreement. So now, where you were promised a 5-year deal, that fucking deal can go away overnight, dog. You know what I mean? Which is why you probably want to go with somebody that you believe is going to be around a long time. You know, that's kind of like these in the early 2000s, these .com businesses. You know, there are a lot of .com businesses, and people were going to work for .com businesses, and they were like, they're paying a bunch of money, man. This is, you know, but IBM is still around, and a lot of those .com businesses are gone, you know. DAZN going to sell them slave contracts with the company. Yeah, and I think it was going to wind up with the top rank is the number one destination for that is more than likely. It could be Fox if Fox wanted their streaming, but it just depends, man, because I think that the value of DAZN is clearly in its international assets, in its German, in its market penetration that is made in Asia, that it has in Germany, that, you know, that it might be doing in South Africa, South America, but not what it's doing in the United States, not so far, and definitely not the boxing, you know. Keith Hennon says what that means they try to bait and switch Wilder, explains why AJ on a fight-by-fight basis. Yeah, now, yeah, that could definitely prove why you do a fight-by-fight basis. Because if they locked him down for 10 fights and they know, and they've got some insider information says, look, man, we're going to be selling this at the end of the year. And people know that. Like companies that I work for, dude, I'm on a regular basis signing non-disclosure agreements because there are firms, acquisition firms that call your company and says, hey, man, your business looks like the type of business I'd like to buy. So we would like to enter into an agreement. We'd like for you to give us your financial information. We would like for you to, you know, and we'll say, okay, well, that's fine. Cool. Here's my non-disclosure agreement, right? And now we can enter in discussions, and they want to know, they want access to your books, do all of that good stuff to see whether or not you're somebody they might want to acquire. So you have people within that organization that are going to know that, look, man, I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN, that somebody's not already talking to DAZN. Look, man, we like what you're doing. Look, let me see your books. And they could be working on an acquisition. They could be working on that acquisition right now. And I doubt very much that they're not already looking to see, okay, who's the most likely suitor for this, and what do we need to do? What are their interests, and directing their interests towards or their activities towards making that product look as attractive to that potential buyer as possible. You know, it's dog eat dog, baby. It's dog eat dog, baby. Hey, Jose Cruz said, Fanon, let's talk about AJ sold out fantasy. Oh, yeah, it's a fantasy. No worry. Here, let's put this sold out fantasy to rest real quick. Yeah, I like to do that, man. Y'all got me and stuff, man. Y'all don't pay me enough for this shit. Let's talk about boxing, dog. Y'all in the high rent range right now. Y'all in the high rent range. It's illegal for me to be saying this stuff, dog, and not have some, you know what I mean? I'm just messing around. All right, so here, let's go through this. Let me see, Anthony. Hey, you know what? Let's do a screen share so people don't think I'm picking and choosing. All right, screen share. Where's my screen share? By the way, subscribe, man. Subscribe to the channel. All right, so share. Hopefully I ain't got nothing up here. All right. Let's get that off the screen. All right, so here you go. All right, Anthony Joshua. Take these caps off. Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz. Tickets. Okay, let's just go to, which one we want to go to? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. All right, let's go to Ticket Network. Just pick this up. Let's see if I can get me some tickets. Give me some tickets. Okay, how many do I want? I want one. How many tickets can I get? Oh, looks like a lot of tickets. Hey, man. Looks like I can buy some tickets, dog, in any of these sections. All right. Myth busted. It's not sold out. So stop lying, guys. Stop lying. And that fight is a week away. That fight is a week away, dog. I ain't trying to hear that, homie. Stop lying to me, dog. Okay, I got a computer, and I will check. I'm not that lazy. You know, my wife will say I'm lazy, but I'm really not that lazy. I will go look. Damn, we can all pick up a ticket. Hell yeah, we can all go, man. All 379 of us can go grab a ticket right now. Get the hell up out of here, dog. He's cast me. And Josh was sold out. Dog, just stop it, man. Stop lying. Oh, man, Ron Figure said this mofo Fury does not stop talking. You can't make this stuff up, dude. Yeah, he's trying to sell that fight, dog. And they got to get to selling because they're not going to be able to sell that in the ring, dog. That fight is going to be a that's what that's going to be. Did you see Ring Magazine has Lomo as best pound for pound, Terrence Crawford #2, but they said Terrence Crawford does not belong there. Dog, man, these cats are just marketing. I mean, they're marketing fighters. They're marketing fighters. It's just an opinion. I did a pay-per-view thing the other day, man. I'm not a pay-per-view, pound for pound thing. This Monster Inoue thing is the one that bugs me. They're like, Monster Inoue has Deontay Wilder power. Man, shut up. This dude got 2 first-round knockouts. 2. Monster Inoue got 17 fights and 2 first-round knockouts. 2. How the hell is that Deontay Wilder power? Gervonta Davis got 20 fights. He got 7 first-round knockouts. Only 1 person has gone the distance with Gervonta Davis. 2 people have gone the distance with Monster Inoue. God, dogs, and people are like, oh, he's the real deal. Yeah, he's the real deal. But being the real deal does not make you pound for pound #1. Keep telling me, oh, he's come on, Fanon, he's a really good fighter. Yeah, he's obviously a very good fighter. He's he's a world champion. But damn, there's several really good fighters. Just because he's a really good fighter does not make him a better fighter than a very, very good fighter. That's that crap that people do with Deontay Wilder. I'm trying not to call you guys names, but just because even if you took that Anthony Joshua was a better fighter, that does not mean that Deontay Wilder isn't a good one. Okay? It's not either or. He's not either better than Anthony Joshua or he's garbage. That is like a mentality of a 4-year-old. Okay? There's somewhere between good and evil. Okay. There's somebody between, there's people and personalities between, you know, Mother Teresa and Satan. Okay. If you ain't Satan, you must be Mother Teresa. If you ain't Mother Teresa, you must be Satan. No, there's plenty of people in between. Just because you're a very good fighter does not mean that you're one of the 5 best fighters in the world. Doesn't mean that. Just because you're the best fighter today doesn't mean that you're the best fighter ever to fight. These guys just go so far overboard with stuff. So far overboard with stuff. Yeah, jab that like button. We got 385 people in the building. We got 181 likes. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate your attention. And y'all don't come to me, you rookie ass little dudes. Don't, seriously, I do this as a hobby. Stay away from me with this type of stuff. For real, stay away. I don't want to argue with you because you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Cannot explain things to an idiot. No, especially when they just have there's this school of logic. I can't remember what it was. I think it's the Yale School of Argument. I think that's what it is. If I'm wrong, you know, forgive me. I'm old and it's a lot of things that have passed through my brain over the years. But it's people that start with a conclusion and then you work the facts and make the facts fit to the conclusion that you want. So Deontay Wilder is a bum. So no matter what you see in his statistics, in his performance, it all has to work around to him being a bum. So how can you work a 30, a first round knockout of somebody that Dominic Brazil that Anthony Joshua took 7 rounds to get rid of? How do you get around that? They'll find a way. They'll find a way. Disney doesn't own Fox Sports. I don't know who owns what. Do them conglomerates? Who knows? If you say they don't own them, I believe them. I'm not keeping track of all that stuff. And if they don't own them now, they'll probably own them next year. So one or the other will buy the other. Then they'll break something off and sell it to somebody else. Who knows? I know this. Those dudes got a lot of money, and boxing is not their first interest at all. It's a sell on an Excel spreadsheet to them. It's a list of assets, and that's all they care about. Disney does not own Fox Sports. Congress made them sell it due to monopoly ruled. Yeah, as if. No, I mean, I'm not saying as if that. The whole Sherman Act stuff. If those are the odds, I'm gonna bet 500. Why 6,000 to 1? It's boxing. You never know. Yo, Fanon, they call Wilder KO attempted murder. It was. He tried to carry that. It was. He had no intention on that dude getting up. Didn't pull back at all. Fully cognizant of what might result. However, the dude signed up for it, so it's legal. Yeah, one cell. It's one cell in that spreadsheet. That's all that is. Hildago. There's a misconception of fights being sold out. One thing I know, fights don't always have to sell out to be successful. Remember, Floyd's fights weren't always sold out. Ticket prices. Yeah, man, but look, dude. This ain't Michael Jackson, dog. Okay? This ain't Michael Jackson. They got plenty of seats. They don't want it to be. They're going to have more seats. If they wanted to sell it out, they would offer less seats. Just think about that. If they wanted it to sell out, if they were like, we need to having all the seats sold as a priority, then they would make sure that they had fewer seats available to ensure that there were no tickets left. They want a slightly more seats available than they think are going to show up, because that allows them to accurately predict the revenue from the fight, right? And maximize it at the same time. Okay. So we expect we'd be really, really happy with 15,000 tickets sold. Because if we sell 15,000 tickets at $100 a pop, right, that is whatever the hell that winds up being, 15 times 10 is what, 150. So that's 1.5 million. right? Is that right? 15,000 at 100, that's 1.5 million. We're only paying $600,000 for it. So man, we're gonna make money. We're profiting off of that, right? And plus we got the pay-per-views. So how much pay-per-views do we think we're gonna sell, right? You can never sell out pay-per-view, and they're more than happy with the pay-per-view sales, provided it gets beyond break even, but not just beyond break even, beyond a respectable return on investment. Because even if it broke even, that's a waste of time. If you break even, that's a waste of time. Because you're like, shit, I could have kept my money in my pocket. And if you only make 2% return on investment, I could have stuck my money in the bank. That's a bad investment. That was an opportunity cost associated with that. I need to make X amount of dollars. And when you set your monetary goals, that dictates whether the fight was successful or not. Not whether or not you think 80,000 people showed up. They couldn't care less if it was 80,000 or if it was 10 people, provided that they made their target. That's how money works. I'm telling you, it's a sell on a spreadsheet, homie. It's a sell on a spreadsheet. Adam Cram said, I reported a pro English boxing channel this morning. I'm a pro English boxing channel, man. I love British boxing. I know that these guys on these AJ acting fools are not real. I mean, they're not long-standing British boxing fans. Oh, AJ will flop. I'm calling. They're definitely going to take a bath. It's already flopped. If you're talking about the money that's going to be made for that fight, it's already flopped. It's already flopped. They got 400,000 subscribers for the year. So let's do the math, okay? Let's do the math, all right? I like math, even though I suck at it. I do like math. It's already flopped, okay? That's the whole point. All right. Let's just give him credit for the whole month. The whole month, right? So you get, DAZN has $40 million. Boop, boop. $40 million in revenue a year from subscription. Let's add 10 let's add 10 for ads and people throwing money in there. So, because let's just be conservative, because I know how you guys are, but there's sponsors. So let's throw another 10 million in there. Okay. If you don't think $10 million is enough to throw on top of that, shut up. I don't care what you think. So $50 million divided by 12 equals 4,166 round up, $4,167 a month. AJ's getting $30 million. They're already under the $30 million. It's a $30 million flop already. And then say that they make, and that's the $10 million off the gate. Okay, that's wrapped. They're already taking a bath, $30 million. The fight's already flopped before it started. Okay? It intended to flop. You have to say whether it gets them incrementally closer to their goal of selling. It's already flopped, dog. It stopped. A lot of money. What are you talking about? A lot of money, dog. It's not when you spending. Let's divide $1 billion. Let's go back to the calculator for y'all. Come on, man. Y'all can't argue with a calculator, dog. You guys are so easy to beat up, dog. For real. It's easy. All right, so let's go $1 billion. One, that is by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a million. 7 is 10. 8 is 100 million. 9 zeros. Divided by, what is it, a 6-year deal? 6 equals $166 million. Divided by, that's convenient, isn't it? Divided by, and convenient, not accidental. Divided by 12 equals 13,800,000 $888,000 a month. Okay? 13 million, $13 million a month. No, friend. That's $12 million in the hole for the month. That's $12 million in the hole for the month. That is a 90%. That means you lost 90% of your money. That is investment dollars. That's not a business. That's not, they're not getting any. They get the fuck out of here. Gregory Wise said, for now, this Econ 101 shouldn't be needed, but public education in the UK may be as suspect of ours. Shake my head, English people who haven't mastered English. Where's my dang old gong, dog? That's what that is, dog. That's what that is. Hell yeah, it's an investment, though. It's just an investment. See, but you can't, for the people that criticize the PBC, you can't have it both ways, okay? You cannot praise DAZN and Eddie Hearn for what they're doing and criticize the PBC for what they did. For an investment for $500 million was the total investment that they had, and now they're running at a profit, right? For $500 million. The platform of DAZN, just in the United States, just in the US, is losing damn near $200 million a year. Just in the US. That's not even talking about the rest of it. They're 4.6. They're projected, if everything goes well, to be $4.6 million in the hole. But as long as they can get the value metric, get their metrics right to where they can sell it and get their desired return on investment, the whole thing can be a success. The whole thing can be a success. CW Channel say, yo, Fanon, what's up? Had to check in. What's good, man? Chilling, talking this, feeling like I'm at work. Barclay seats are 3 times as cheap. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? They're 3 times cheaper. Dude, ain't no, the UK. First of all, the tickets were bought by Matchroom. Matchroom bought them damn tickets. Ain't nobody buying them damn tickets. Get up out of here, dog. And most of the people that are coming from the UK. Get out of here, dog. Just get out of here. What's going on, Adam Cram? I don't want to hear this nonsense. Showtime and Fox might be the only thing left standing. Eventually, no, I think it's gonna be Fox and ESPN. Because ESPN is the big dog. And this shit, they are just gonna eat. They're more than, I think, the biggest chance is Disney and them gobbling up, either Disney or whoever owns Fox, gobbling up DAZN in order to, and whoever's the most interested in spreading their reach into the Asian and German markets are going to be the people that wind up owning DAZN USA. And it's not, in my opinion, from what I saw, it's not even going to be about boxing. It's going to be about who wants to get into Germany, who wants to get in Asia. And as a result of them doing that, they got to take this little scrap ass heap of cost, this cost center called boxing in North America. That's what I see. God, that's what I see. Fox and ESPN both owned by Disney, so I don't know. But that's how I see it, okay? That's what I see. But Eddie gonna make out if he owns a piece of DAZN. Because if it flops and he didn't, if he got a portion of ownership without having to put money in, you know, they're gonna throw him $1. You know, they'll throw him some change. And for these dudes that are doing this, it's when they throw you a quarter, no, hey dog, that quarter can hit your bank like a brick. Boom. Like, okay. No, that's why these cats be, that's why these dudes be, yes, sir. Yes, yes. Dog, Eddie ain't the big money man, dog. Eddie's some little ass piece of the pie, dog. What did this dude Jazaz? Oh my God, bro, can we touch your bald head? What I tell y'all, man, I got a new shaver. I might not use my new shaver I just ordered because I got this stubble So I got a new, really good, because I ain't gonna shave my face, but clipper to get this gray shit off. I might just keep with my raggedy shit because I got guys like y'all over here trying to act if they can touch me. The hell's wrong with you? People get super rich by jumping from failed business to failed business. Yeah. Because they're not trying, they just want those numbers to get where somebody will acquire it. You know, it's not about producing the finest quality product and, you know, let me see how we can improve society and what real services that we can offer. No, they're buying and selling. They're buying and selling, and they don't care what it is. They just, whatever they invest, they'll invest that money to build it up, to get the business started. And then they're either going to get their money or they're going to cut their losses. Okay. Well, look, man, we don't think we're going to make our marks on this, so let's cut our losses now. All right. I invested $100 million in it. Right now, I can sell it for 70. So instead of having my $100 million out there, I'm just going to give me my 70. I lost 30. I'm all the wiser. Or I'm pressing $1 million, $100 million. I put $1 million into it. The business looks like it's worth $120 million. Hey, man, give me my $20 million. I'm gone. I'm getting up off the crap table. Okay. I was playing craps. I walked in with $100. You know, I'm walking out with 120. And little Negro, I got a gun too. So if you act like I gotta stay till I lose it all, no, I don't. Okay, I've made my money. I'm leaving. You lost yours. Dog, get with Big Willie over there. Okay, that's what that is. That's all that is. Gregory Wise said Hearn is treating U.S. Venture as a loss leader, fiduciarily irresponsible to his boxers, probably. Fishnet said Fishnet 91002 said the education you give is golden. Jurassic 5. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hey, sign up for the Patreon. That's what we do over in the Patreon, man. That's what we do over there, where the things that the shit that I get paid for, you know, help cats get the businesses going and all that good old stuff. It looks like it's gonna look like a field of lilies at the Barclays Center. These cats are happy with what's going on, man. I like Fanon. He reminds me of my dad off the 90s sitcoms, asking to touch his head. Are you talking about Uncle Phil? Dog, I'm not that big. I know I need to lose weight, but I ain't big like that. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. A lot of these UK clowns aren't even going to the AJ fight. Nah, man. They just want to rattle. They just want to talk to us. They just want to talk. I know. You just want to talk. No problem. I'm here for you. Talk to Fanon. But like and share the videos, damn it. Okay? Hey, Daryl Henderson, man. Daryl B. Henderson. Much love, man. Dr. Phil, not Dr. Phil. Uncle Phil died. Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air died. A couple years ago now, I do believe. The big dad. UK fans are delusional. Yeah, but I'm delusional. Deontay Wilder can't beat Wilder. You're Wilder can't beat Anthony Joshua. You're delusional. What's okay? You think he's gonna take that shot? Hey man, you stand there for it too. I think some of these dudes are saying that Brazil was gonna get him. Made Brazil look real bad. Main event marks. Oh yeah, I love that actor. He was hilarious. Yeah, Dr. Phil, did y'all know he was? Nah, I didn't know that. Had no clue. Makes no difference to me, Layla D. Actors, hey man, some of my favorite. See, as much as I make fun of y'all being being a little too complimentary of me, there are a lot of dudes that went that way that added a lot of value to the world. So I don't really beef with cats like that too much. The problem that I got is when you start selling that as a life instead of just something that you do, you know, like if these dudes if that's just what you do, you know what I mean? That's not who you are. And that's the thing that gets me about all of that. It's like it's being sold as this is who you are. Who you sleep with is not who you are. It's not who you are. That's just who you sleep with. You are a man. You are a person. You are Jane Dickerson, or you are Harvey Johnson. That's who you are. And when you attach your whole life to something that you do a couple times a week in a room, that seems to me is that you're putting way more import on that than it should be. That's in a nutshell, that's my opinion on it. There's always been people that have, and always will be people who choose to engage in activities with people of the same gender, of the same sex as they. It's been that way my whole life. Family members are that way. But the thing that has changed is now that it is being sold as if that's who they are. You know what I mean? That's not who you are. And that's not your biggest issue as far as trying to overcome injustices in the world. Yeah, exactly. It's not who you are. It's what you like doing. That's it. It's nothing more than that, man. Don't make it more than that. You know? AJ? Don't make it more than that, AJ, because we know, boy. We know, boy. Biggie said, Fanon, love your perspective on a lot of things. Time to join the Patreon. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Actually, you know what, man? That's the video I'm going to do today. I'm going to do that today. It's just what you do is not who you are, man. Okay? And that's the thing that I think these cats need to accept. It's not who you do. It's not who you are, man. What you do is not who you are. That's it. Good. I got me one. All right. That's the video I'm going to do. What's going on, man? At a while in, what's good? Said Rick James wore his womanizing like a badge of honor. Yeah, even that's not who you are, dog. I mean, you can get with a chick, dog, but that just don't tote that around like that's your whole being, man. Because what happens? See, you lose your identity when that goes away. You know, like when you're an athlete, that's something that you do for a living. You're a boxer. You box for a living. But at a certain point in time, you're not going to be able to fight anymore. So are you no longer the person that you were when you were fighting? Of course not. You know? Of course you're not. Of course you're the same person, but you're not that guy anymore. What's a new article from Boxing Scene? I might have to check it out. I've been reading more Boxing Scene lately. These guys kill me though. I don't know where to think on these guys. Some of these guys. Obviously, these guys are getting paid, dog. Oh my God. White is a bum. White, now that is a dude. Dillian White is a dude. The boat, dog. I will tell you this. Of four cats, the main talking cats out of the UK, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, and Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua is the least obnoxious. I got to give it to him. Of all those guys, the least obnoxious is Anthony Joshua. Because Dillian White is obnoxious. Tyson Fury is full of it, act like a crack fiend, and is obnoxious. Eddie Hearn is obnoxious. Anthony Joshua just ain't made the fight I want to see. But I don't listen to him like, you know, like, God, this dude just keeps saying stuff all out the pocket, dog. Those other dudes, man, I don't know what's going on with them dudes, man. Yeah, Lillian is a wild dog. Who's out? LA? Who's LA? And who's? Let's keep it to boxing. Nah, dog, this is boxing. I talk about what I want to talk, homeboy. We on here every day. I have Patreons on the channel. We are a unit of boxing fans. We talk together every day, and people want to talk about something. I'm talking about it, dog. Thank you very much. Being though they devalue, oh yeah. You're talking about Boxing Scene devalue American boxers. I think that these cats are just, you know, they get the interviews. The problem that they have, I think that some of those guys have, is if they write, like, I don't need access. I don't need access, dog. Eddie Hearn ain't got to talk to me to give me some content, right? I ain't breaking no news. I'm breaking my opinion. Breaking opinion. You know, they don't have the ability to do that. Jeff the Bruce said, love the Patreon for now. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Salute to my Patreon, Jeff the producer. Oh, Alonzo Hunt was good. I'm chilling. You know how it goes. Let me see if there's anything else. I don't think I missed any super chats. Somebody said, hold my drink, itch. Oh, that's Layla D. You tripping. Boom. Let me see. If I missed somebody's super chat, please let me know. Daryl Henderson, I think I got that. But it's good, my man. Oh, the fight, is it still June 1st? Yeah, it's still June 1st. Ain't no change. But if you had to ask, what's going on, Beverly Rose Boxing and Entertainment? Adam Cram, do you think Matchroom is going to start a company to build your brand, Fanon? Do you think Matchroom is a good company, a good starting company to build your brand? Fanon, Devin Haney signed with them. I'm in the UK. It's great. In the UK. In the United States, not really. Not as long as they're on DAZN, because I don't think that the promoters and these guys are really building these guys' brands. It's the networks doing it. Since the mid 1980s, whenever it was that HBO and Showtime really got full-fledged into boxing and really started being the promotional arm for the promoter and really took on a lot of responsibilities of the promoter. Because what is a promoter? They're supposed to tell you about the fight, right? That's Showtime and Fox are the ones doing the majority of the promoting. Then you got guys on the site who are organizing the speeches and organizing the fighters and doing the matchmaking and doing all that other stuff, right? Might be scheduling press conferences, but the medium of promotion is the network that you're on. So is Devin Haney being in DAZN going to grow his name in his target market if it's the American fight fan? No. But will it increase his pockets for the fights that he's having, the next 4 or 5 fights? More than likely. It's going to be a scenario where he's going to make money because, like you said, they spend in investment dollars, right? That's how I see, man. Oh, Thurman by 9th round KO, man. Thurman by 9th round KO. Yeah, I think Thurman's going to pull that out. I think, Thurman does talk a lot. But, man, he's 40 years old, dog, and it's just a matter of time. I don't bet against the clock, dog. Once guys get 40 years old, if you're giving me money on that guy losing, I'm taking it. Okay? I'm taking it. I'm not missing any Tyson Fury, Vladimir Klitschko's, okay? Because people didn't think Vladimir Klitschko was beating Fury. You got 25, you got 25, 24 against 39. Dog, take the 24. Okay, take the 24. Like, you got 30 against 40. If everything's equal, take the 30. Take the 30. I ain't betting on I ain't losing money on no 40-year-olds, dog. Okay? I'm sorry, man. I got out there and tried to run. My son is 13. Maybe about 2 years ago, I might have raced him. Not happening, dog. Not happening. Shal said, Fanon, I'm 40 and I'm fading fast. Ask my wife, dog, gotta run, dog. Gotta run. Drink water, man. You can make it. Hey, when you get to be 40, it's quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Just make sure when you do it that you're stretched out. You worked out 2 days beforehand, so everything's right. Everything's all nice and buff. You ready to go. You ain't wasted your energy, if you know what I mean. You're good. When you're 20, it don't matter, dog. You're like, what time is it? Let's roll. When you turn 50, dog, hey, dog, you gotta plan it out if you want that. If you want that prime performance, dog, you gotta plan it out, dog. Cam Cram said, I'm 33 today. Ha, boom. Still your ass. What's up, man? Yes, sir. That's what. So you get that age, you got to plan it out, dog. It's quality over quantity, dog. He's a big dose said, "Ah, you for now, you crazy for now." I'm telling you, hey man. Sometimes, dog. Hey, what can you say, man? What can you say? Better hard but fair, sad but true, dog. I had my day. You know what I mean? Them young boys. Some of the problem with some of y'all old dudes, you don't want to appreciate this. You had your day. I had my day. Okay. And I'm happy with it. I know that I had my day, right? When I was 23, 24 years old, dude, I was doing it. I was good. Okay. But I didn't know shit. Okay. Now, if I knew what I knew then, now, hey, man, I'd be super killer. But you got to live, man. There's a reason why all that shit starts shutting down. Your ass too old to be raising kids for 30 years. So, you know, the biological system says, nah, you don't need this anymore. You don't need it as much, dog. You know, nature's about what you need. And nature needs reproduction. And that's why 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, that's why, hey, because they're going to be around for another 30 years to take care of their kids. When you 60, dog, all you're going to be leaving is some brats, some lonely brats. Because your ass ain't going to be around, dog, for another 30. You're not going to be functional for the first 10 years of the kid's life. So no need. We're not allocating the resources to you, dog. Nature does not allocate resources where it's not needed. Where's Hyphy? I don't know, man. I haven't seen Hyphy lately, man. That's my dude, Hyphy, though. But all right, man. He said, where are Chernobyl babies? Ooh, Lord. So now how long you think DAZN's got left? Couple years. They'll sell in a couple years. Couple years. 2 years. Something like that. They'll be bought up in the next 2 years, I would think. 2 days after they make their metrics, they get where they want, they're going to sell. That's how I see it anyway. Jerome Lewis, I'm 54 years old, still going good with my 38-year-old wife. I stopped eating meat over 25 years. Hey, that works too. That's what's up. What Hypey is watching, that's what's up. Hypey going to catch y'all. Gregory White said, I'm 59, 6 years ago while practicing BJJ. I learned a valuable lesson about my limitations. It happened overnight. That's what's up. Yeah, dog, you got to, dog. You got to know your limitations, man. I ain't busting out no super sprints, none of that crap, because I'll be stuck for a week, dog. That's what's up. But look, man, I'm going to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Appreciate you for the love, for the support. We'll be back on tomorrow. Go check out my co-host on OG Boxing Talk. KQKC Boxing in the building. And with that, I'm out. Peace.